Oh, Ganea. Yes. Another afternoon, and it's sunny this time. Wonderful weather. 17 degrees in the sunshine. And the chat is working. It's so nice. The tree. Park center with solar energy. Happy Thursday. I was scoping sunrise, but no one came. Look at this ginkgo tree. Glorious. Let's go around the ginkgo nuts. There's so many of them on the ground. So many people are doing barbecue in the other part of the park. Smells great. Get warm by the fire. Smoke your chicken or pork. Very yummy. Kiosk is working. People are drinking, eating something there. I've never seen stores in the parks in Canada or Poland. Red fruits of the winter here. Not even a little bit of wind. Oh, it's wonderful. Probably making hot dogs. Yeah, they have yakisoba, fried noodles, with coffee, ice cream, all the goodies. Well, people probably bring their own things. Now you can just sit at a table like here and chill. You don't freeze yourself, or you can sit on the green grass over there. Just wonderful. Oh, I have to tell you, I got persimmon yesterday delivered. One of these bitter persimmons. You have to tie them on a string, peel them, tie them on a string, and dry them in this pleasant sunshine. So I worry. Maybe the birds are eating it now. But I've never tried it before. This is kind of like, countryside Japanese thing. One tree has so many persimmons, and drying them in the sunshine and cold preserves them. And you just, hang it around your house's roof. Then you have some sweet stuff for the winter to eat. Persimmon, shibugaki, bitter persimmon, shibugaki. That's what it's called. Another. It reminds me of sitting in the mountains and eating in the noon while taking a break. You couldn't keep them in the refrigerator. Well, they are bitter, so you cannot eat them like that, raw. So the only way to dry them is to hang them in the sunshine. That way, the moisture will exit and it won't get moldy. Like on fresh air. If you go to Japanese old houses, they have a whole bunch of these persimmons hanged. Persimmon tree is so awesome. Like, it produces so much fruit. If you like them, it's so much, like, it's heaven sent. You can just keep on eating persimmons every day till you explode. And they aren't very sour, they aren't very super sweet, they're just perfect. Just yummy. And perfect. Sunshine pod, yeah. Sometimes, when I tweet to Twitter, the tweet doesn't go through. I don't know why. So you have to have your YouTube notifications on. Otherwise you will never know. But sometimes when I tweet, it tweets and then the YouTube sends its notifications. So it's like 2 notifications. Not perfect, but kind of works. So if you receive 2-time ring, then it's probably me. And if it's 1-time ring, that's me too. Medgrad, how are you doing? Medgrad, I got bitter persimmons yesterday. I peeled them and I hanged them on a string. So they are hanging on my little balcony garden, bathing in the sunshine. And the thing is to dry them in the winter air and sunshine, which I've never tried. I don't know, will this be possible? Will the birds come and eat it? I peeled them yesterday and hanged them. But who knows? Maybe it's bitter for them and they don't eat it. Japanese do it, hanging on their persimmons, yes, on the edges of the roof of the Japanese house. Japanese house is very low, so you can have lots of space under the thatched roof to hang it. Yeah, I didn't even know the bitter persimmons exist. So it's my friend has a tree. There's so many persimmons, like the whole tree is bending just from the weight of the fruit. I think persimmons are the best growing fruit ever in Japan. Zero maintenance, you get so much, and they don't get bad so quickly, and you can leave them and eat them. And but the whole tree, there's so much of them, you just have to give it away because impossible to eat by yourself. I've had some before from the Midwest USA, but not not bitter. Yeah, this is the first time I'm trying the bitter type. They are not like flat looking like tomatoes. Tomatoes. They are more rounder like apples. Persimmon, but different species probably. And who knows? Will the persimmon spoil before it dries? That's another thing. Will it ferment before it dries? I don't know. The countryside folks somehow don't die from it, so we'll see what happens. Low-hanging fruit, oh, very low-hanging fruit. I have this long string. One side has 3 and the other side has 3, and they are so heavy. Oh, very, very yummy looking. I worry birds will come and eat it. Hope they don't poop on it, because then I won't eat it either. Yeah. And I got so many gingerbread hearts from Canada and gingerbread. My gosh, we'll be cooking moczka, the Christmas dessert from Silesian Poland. Yummy. Very yummy. I'm the master of this dessert now. I never liked my grandma's moczka, never, never. I like my mom's moczka better. My grandma was cooking it in with some cooked things. I don't know if she added margarine or butter to it. I'm adding butter, but I do it the right way, the chef's way. You have to clarify the butter first and then add it and really mix it in so it doesn't separate. But that's just for flavor. Gingerbread dessert of Christmas. I'm just missing hazelnuts. You guys have hazelnuts? My parents say hazelnuts so hard to buy. Dry apples impossible to buy. Like I remember a long time ago, it was so easy to buy hazelnuts or dried apples. And these days, like, what happened? It's all gone. It's not there anymore. Pretty good, Medgrad. You can watch the 3-hour marathon cooking that I do. I remember I was periscoping that. I get so tired from cooking that thing. It's the most boring thing you probably if you watch it on YouTube. But it looks pretty nice. Everybody says, yeah, it's a curry soup, it's a curry soup. Completely deceived. It's a sweet dessert made of gingerbread, like you've never seen before. Yeah, just imagine, a long time ago, it was the best of the best you prepare for Christmas. You would take, the expensive spices, nuts, imported poppy seeds. Quiche pan. Original 2-piece quiche pan. What is a quiche pan? 2-piece. It's like iron? Is it something like with the cover? Maybe Le Creuset from France will have something like this. They are famous for their iron dishes and pottery that you can put in the oven. Gingerbread cookies. This is not even a cookie. This is 1,000 times better than a cookie. Like the cookies that I ate in Canada, they were just normal flat hard gingerbread cookies. But the cookies we have in Europe, they are soft, covered with chocolate, filled with dry orange peels. It's completely different product almost. Quiche are those little things, right? Like the kind of pie looking things. Absolutely, Le Creuset from France has something for, like, lasagna, that stuff. You could make quiche in that. Unless I don't know what quiche is because I've never eaten it. I saw quiche in the Costco, but I never bought it. Yes. Yeah. So you're looking for, what is this? We've got wasp nest. Birds must have fallen and eaten out the whatever was inside. Oh, they all died anyway because it's winter. Quiche. Cast iron quiche. If you go to some thrift shop, you probably can find good cast iron quiche because cast iron is so cheap. But if you want something beautiful, then enameled cast iron from Le Creuset or just pottery that can withstand the oven. Egg-based, yes, egg-based. Yeah, I know what you mean. The product is egg-based. Oh, the tree, our glorious tree is getting a little bit of yellow. It's going to sleep. Oh yes. Beautiful. If this breaks, it can kill somebody. But they have trimmed it a little bit. Back to the cherries. Hooray! It feels weird, like autumn or something. But with flowers. Tomato-based eggs with pastry base. Yeah. That sounds delicious. Sounds great. Lasagna is good. They have lasagnas here. All you have to do is just follow instructions. But I never have done it, so. Ah, so beautiful here. But there people are eating, picnic, lunchtime. Over there, picnic, lunchtime. I'm translating my book about my grandfather. I could describe it better, but we'll take pictures. Absolutely. This is so neat how those trees bloom. Yeah, it's a special species of cherries. I wonder if there are somewhere else than Asia. They just love it. I mean, in our environment they wouldn't, because it's too cold, especially in Canada. But here they have this beautiful spellish, hotish, warmer spell of the winter before it gets really cold, and they bloom the most. I wonder if you kept it indoors like a bonsai, maybe you could get blossoms on it when the winter comes. Or maybe there are no blossoms at all. Look at this, isn't it beautiful? Very fragile flowers, but it's been already 2 months. Maybe, yeah, I think it goes all the way past January for these, and then they end, and then February the plums start blooming. It's a beautiful continuation. Would you like a plum in your home? You could have some of them bonsai with. Would they even, bloom if you kept them indoors? Good afternoon, Myrna. How are you doing? We are looking at the beautiful cherry blossoms. Ooh. Looks like the focus is stuck now. Oh, I manually focused it. Some bees here. You're doing good, fantastic. Yeah, it's beautiful. Nice to see those. I think focus has jumped, guys. I won't be able to focus. Maybe if I do this. That looks like focus. I don't know. This guy took photos too. Everyone just stops by and takes photos. I don't know what they do with them. No, automatic focus is dead. Oh, wow. So I must do my mini balcony garden scope of the drying persimmons. Maybe they got eaten by now. Who knows? Oh yeah, Medgrad. I'm making a book, translating a book about my grandpa, because he got sent to Dachau concentration camp. This is the same camp where Americans arrived and they murdered all SS staff of the camp committing war crimes, because they were so shocked what was happening in there. Mount Fuji today, not visible. So I am translating it from Polish to English. And I want to translate it to Japanese later. And it's taking forever. I was digging more into the records of the Dachau and other camps. And why was he in Dachau? Because the Nazis didn't like people like, he was a political prisoner. They didn't like that you were a teacher, doctor, post office worker. Everybody got arrested and sent to concentration camp to be exterminated there. So they said they accused him falsely to and then he got arrested by Gestapo and sent. And he was in Dachau. Then he got sent to Mauthausen-Gusen concentration camp. Actually, what was it in the... Yeah, when he arrives in Mauthausen-Gusen, the commandant of the camp said to all of the prisoners, within 3 months, you guys see that chimney? Within 3 months, you guys gonna go through that chimney of that crematory. Not just Jews, of course not Jews. It was like, erasure of Polish culture. Poland got annexed. It got taken by Germany during Second World War. And whoever didn't sign the Volksliste, the citizenship for Germans, because my grandpa was born on the land that was annexed previously by Germans, but he was Polish, of course. So they gave him an option to sign the German citizenship, but he refused it. So, everybody, like poets, writers, all sent to concentration camps. Jews were all separate, but everything else, if you knew anything, any intelligent people. What are these guys doing in the school here? Oh, those are disabled people having fun here. Well, that's nice. They're getting nice sunshine. And Jews were sent to Auschwitz mainly. They were completely exterminated there routinely. And no one knew actually about anything. They didn't even tell him they're sending him to Dachau. It was that bad. Crazy. And there was so much, persecution. One of the neighbors had per aspera ad astra with nice picture of roses. The letter came from Gestapo office to remove that writing from his house within 3 days. It was that controversial. The Nazis were just, erasing everything that, would give you hope. And crazy things were happening, man. He ended up in prison before, being sent, and he realized he's there with other teachers, other poets, writers, doctors, post office workers, city hall workers. Absolutely bizarre. So I am translating it, and I have all the documents, all the, examples of war crimes, brutality, together with dates and names. Persecution, on the area, in the area of his, village where he lived. Persecution, a description of ending of the war, of casualties. of the brutality of Gestapo, SS. For example, there was one guy who was already on a disabled retirement. You know, he was receiving money because he was, you know, he couldn't do something. Something's wrong. Maybe he couldn't walk or something. So the Gestapo office, they took him, they beat him, and they took his documents. And they also took the money out of this retirement account, you know, the money that the government pays you to live, you know, for apartment and food. And they really bullied him so much, he hanged himself. And all the correspondence with the Gestapo office was destroyed by Gestapo, and only the note left why he hanged himself. You say in his book you are translating, yeah, because you know he wrote it in Polish in his memoirs, and I'm trying to put all the documents together and translate it to English. And he was, you know, really like a social activist person, you know, Boy Scout. Just for being a Boy Scout, you probably would get sent to concentration camp. You had to return all Polish textbooks back to the Gestapo office. Failure, it's probably they send you to concentration camp or give you some punishment. Probably they shoot you. Yeah, lots of things like that. He managed to, you know, secure all the documentation of school where he was a teacher, and he hid it before they took him. So the stuff is now in museum in Poland. Anyway, I'm gonna go now. Maybe after I translate everything, I will read it to you guys. It will be interesting. Take care, Medgrad. Take care, everyone. Autumn colors here. Ginkgo getting yellow and gold. So, bye for now. Message retracted. Message, what was it? The other message? Message is held for review. Sorry, whoever wrote it, I will look at it. The, you know, AI of YouTube made a mistake. Sorry. That would be great. Okay, have a good day. Okay, thank you, Matt Graden. Give me a 2. Thank you. Bye bye.